won't go on the detail as I get as we go along. So I guess we're good to go. And in this game, we start when we gain control of our character. So we are starting. Okay, so this is a game where you die in one hit. So it's kind of difficult. I really hope it's gonna go fine. If it's not, then well, all right. I might be able to complete the game, but if I keep dying repeatedly to some difficult things, we'll see what happens. So there I picked up a skateboard, which makes me go considerably faster. I'm gonna try to dodge fruit. Okay, dodge all the fruit. That's nice. Alright, good first level. So yeah, one of the things that you have to keep in mind when optimizing this game is that on the top left there is your stamina bar. It's some sort of hunger bar. When it gets yeah, and it decreases progressively, and you have to fill it with fruit. However, if you run out completely of if your stamina bar completely runs out, well, you die. And alright, sorry. It seems like I lost my internet connection for a little bit, but I hope we're fine now. Alright, always well in Streamland. Okay, you might not have seen it, but I fought the first boss. There was really not much to tell, so you guys didn't miss too much. The major parts of the run, like the most exciting moments, are gonna come up from World 3 onwards. Before that, there's not too much going on. In this level, it's really almost impossible to dodge all fruit. The task manages to end the level with one missing bar of hunger, which is really extremely hard to do. So it's not even worth going for, really. Oh, little thing, I want to jump at the beginning of every stage because it makes me a little bit faster. I think you save like 5 frames of movement. Here. Dodge the fruits, because we don't want fruit. I'm not a vegetarian, I don't want fruit. Where's the meat? Okay, 2-2 is one of the first levels where there's a little risk of dying if I'm not careful. Let's try to dodge fruit. Okay. Yeah, normally you don't need to go to back down there. Okay, dodge fruits. Alright, and don't die. Jump here so that the penguin following me will fall into the water. Yeah, there's a little bit of manipulation you can do in some places like that. Okay, level 3, yeah. This game has aquatic levels! Don't we love those? That music is nice also. This game has really nice riffs. So, the fishes are not too bad, but there's gonna be eels, and you need to kill them, because if you don't, when they get past you, they will stick to the left side of the screen and they will shoot at you constantly with electric bolts, and that's bad. And also, even if you manage to not get hit, it will lag the game a little bit, so you want to avoid that. You can try to stay on the top and always throw your boomerangs down, which is very easy to do, but the problem is sometimes you might make some fruits appear on the top of the screen, because there's a lot of hidden fruits in the game. So yeah, as you want to avoid fruit as much as possible, I just need whatever I'll just take whatever I need and leave the rest. I should finish this level with like 1 or 2 bars. Okay, let's hope I don't die. I can stay at 0 bars for a little bit and take that banana. Okay, and we're good. This is quite close. Yeah, the 2 fruits that I took earlier were really well calculated to make sure that I finish the level with the lowest possible amount. Okay, pretty easy boss since just make sure you don't run into him. But you can sit here. You cannot fall down. It's not a pit of death. You can just sit here and aim your boomerangs at him. It's really easy. The only thing is when you're in the water, it's like you're in the void. You have to back to the left. You have to go to the left a little bit. Otherwise, your acceleration will carry you all the way through, and you might just run into him. Okay, now vertical levels, and this is what makes speedrunning this game quite interesting in my opinion. I'm gonna have to focus a bit. Okay. This pattern was not too bad, but I have to kind of go by ear and read what the flying enemies do. Okay, these flying enemies were really not too bad. That was a good level. I'm pretty happy about that. I did not get trolled too much. Yeah, the flying enemies, they control you in various ways. You have to be prepared for that. It depends on how you approach them. I think the exact moment you spawn them matters, but not only. I'm not sure if there's real randomness to them, or it's just about very precise positioning. I don't know how well you can manipulate them. But anyway, I went through without having to delay myself too much, so we're good. This level is not too hard, but there's gonna be spear guys. I need to kill them really early, otherwise they actually will block my attacks. So yeah, it's a little bit counterintuitive the way you have to deal with it. Okay, that was done pretty well. I managed to save the skateboard all the way to the end of the level. And now the grotto, 3-3. There's considerably more of these very annoying black ball enemies. So I'm not gonna use my very hard strats. I'll try to remain safe. Yes, stick here. No! Oh, I jumped down. That sucks a bit. The problem is, when you die, you lose all your weapons, so now I'm gonna have to play the level in a way that I don't like doing. Hey, I got an extra life then. Lost my weapons, which is not gonna make this very easy. I'm gonna have to kill these guys one by one. Let's take this. That's a shame, honestly. There we go. Okay, there's nobody. We'll leave this now to avoid the fruit. Yeah. I still have 2 weapons. When you change weapons, it does not give you 1 more. It only gives you 1 more if you take the weapon that you already have. And here, the last trick for this level: jump now, and you can jump out of the cart and go a little bit ahead of it. That saves a few frames. Well, the problem is I have 3 boomerangs, but I don't have the upgraded boomerang, so the boss fight is gonna be quite a bit longer. I hope it's gonna be fine though. Because the upgraded weapons do more damage. You can try to hit him now, but it actually does not hit him. He's not vulnerable at the start. I have no idea what's going on after that. Okay. Yeah, I'm used to killing him much earlier, but that's okay. Alright, I think I should get another boomerang at the start of level of 4-1. So we should be fine. 4-1 is a bit tricky. From now on, all levels are kind of tricky. Because there's a little bit of randomness in how enemies react. Well, I'm not sure it's true randomness, but whatever. Yeah, like these guys. As I said, the flying enemies with spears, they're very dangerous. I know where they are, but they don't always start moving the same way. Here, there's one. Okay, this guy, I'm gonna kill him. Yeah, I'll take the time, but leaving him alone is too dangerous. Alright, okay, I got that jump. That's a little bit scary. No problem with these. Okay, not too bad. Okay, the second level of World 4 is the most interesting one to speedrun. It's the second vertical level, and it can go really fast. Hopefully I can make it decently fast, depending on the level of risk you want to take. Okay, there. Alright. Yeah, those flying enemies, well, those balloon enemies, when they land, they can shoot fire immediately, so it's scary. And if I'm not lucky, I might get enemies on the top, but I didn't. That's fine. This level could have been a bit faster, but I'm fine with that. Back with the very groovy aquatic ambience. So this is just a tiny bit harder than the previous one, but really not much. There's a bit more enemies. There's also those walruses. And I want to finish this level with... oh, that's not good. Okay, I want to finish this level with hammer. I got delayed here a bit, so I might take a fruit for safety, or maybe even more than one. Okay, now I'm not too sure where enemies are, so I'm gonna just make a weapon shower. Yeah, I should be fine in terms of fruits. Maybe I'm actually too fine, I'm not sure. Yeah, the Dragon Ball is right there. Okay, yeah, I was really more than fine. But it's better than dying, of course. I think you save like half a second per bar of per health bar. Okay, next boss, not too difficult, just lure him into hitting, and then you just have to time your jumps and make sure that one of your weapons is inside him when he becomes vulnerable again. There's really nothing difficult to it, and you can do it in like your first try just by knowing the strategy. It's really super easy. Alright, world 5, last world, and also the hardest. Our character must be really cold. Okay, there's some places where I'm gonna jump. So one big jump here and one jump there, so that the penguin following me will be running not into me. Ooh. Yes, let's make sure those spear guys won't hit me. I'm gonna try to stick to this skateboard. Long shot. Can kill this guy. It's not really useful. You can as well jump over him. Alright, I lost the skateboard at the end, but it's really not a big deal. Now we enter the castle. This 5-2 is a bit difficult because it's a dark level. So I'm gonna try to focus. Kill this guy, avoid the hammer. It's basically a lot of stairs. It goes up and up, but in a sort of irregular pace. You have to kind of memorize it. But the position of the enemies can really indicate where land is, where platforms are, so that's helpful. Okay, I have to make sure that enemies die before I run into them. They can be dangerous when I'm close. Okay, there's a bunch of spikes. Let's make sure I don't die. Okay, there will be a big step near the end of this. Okay, that was not too bad. I might get another life. Yeah, got another life with 200,000. Okay, 5-3 is really difficult to optimize. So again, I'm gonna try to be slightly safe because there's tons of these dark ball enemies, which everybody who runs this game hates. Okay, got it with a top up throw. Kill these. This is very strange. They usually don't do that, but okay. I wasn't sure what to do, so I took it super safe. Alright, now I'm gonna make a lot of platforms appear. I'm gonna try to get quick cycles for everything. Okay, he died. That's nice. Did he? Alright, this one did not die though. Okay, I should not be followed by a blue enemy, whatever he is. So, and I'm doing jumps to spawn platforms early, and that will make cycles much quicker. Okay, the second and the third one over there. If you do it well, you can do this level really, really fast. That was not optimal, but it was okay. Alright, we're really close to the end. So, here, look at this boss. I can just demolish him by doing this. Hey, we beat the game! Wait. This is not the end! Of course it's not the end. Oh, by the way, you can only do that with that mini-boss if you have the upgraded weapons. If you don't, then you will need to actually fight him, because you can't kill him fast enough. Alright, so the final boss, you cannot damage him directly. You need to make him... It's just like a SMB3 Bowser. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. After the platforms are red, he will make a hole in them. So I need to make a hole of a gap of 6 units, so that he falls on it. And you can achieve that by making him pound 4 times with this pretty clever strategy that I got from the TAS. And that's it. 7557. 1757. Okay. Not too bad. This is like exactly 1 minute slower than my PB. That you can explain by that death I took in level 3-3. Decent run otherwise. That was really not too bad. Okay, pretty happy about this run. I managed to show off pretty good levels 3-1 and 4-2, the 2 vertical levels. Because I actually used a strat and a route that I made myself. This is a game I have been running a little bit since the first Super 16. It was in the first Super 16 and we had to learn the first 3 worlds, so after having to do that, might as well learn the rest of the game and do a full run. So this is the end. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I'm ready to skip to the next game because there's not too much else to say about this one. Very straightforward, but also quite dangerous game because of the one-hit KO and also losing all the weapons, which makes dying in some places very, very difficult to deal with. But now we're gonna play a slightly more advanced game, and I'm also gonna play the Japanese. Things as I get going into the game until I eventually get her back. So this game is much more advanced. It's some sort of Zelda 2-esque game where you have platforming sections, but it's all linked together within an overworld with a top-down view. So exactly like Zelda 2. It's a really neat game.